What is going on, YouTube people? New York Cards and Comics here today to revisit a topic that we discussed last week. Did a video last week about the death of ultra-modern sports cards and basically death by 1,000 different parallels. And what we kind of talked about in that video was, what, with all these different parallels, what is actually going to be the thing that actually has a shot at retaining value? Now, obviously, a gold out of 10, black gold out of 5, this, that, the low numbered stuff is always going to be a thing for the true. Like, if you really believe in a player and you want to legitimately buy a card and hold it long term, collect it, whatever, the super short print stuff is obviously going to be your best bet. But there's got to be some middle ground there. There has to be some type of card in the middle. Like, maybe even upwards of $1,000, 500, 400, somewhere in there, not just like a $50 base refractor or a $300 silver prism, whatever the case might be. And in that video, and anyone, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time at all, I am a tried and true believer in the color match. I truly believe color match will be one of the things to withstand the test of time. And I'm just guessing. As I've said before, I'm just an idiot in a basement with a microphone that chooses to speak into it and upload it onto the internet. I don't really know. My guess is as good as yours when it comes to this stuff. I just know what cards look good and which cards look whatever. A color match looks really nice. A purple disco swirly ball? And even in a lot of cases, the color match might be more common than a low numbered card, but that's only one side of it. People really get fixated on, oh, well, this card's harder to find. It has to be worth more. That is one side of supply and demand. You are just looking at the supply side. You also have to look at the demand side. There could be a card numbered to 1,000 and a card numbered to 5. If nobody wants the card numbered to 5, it doesn't matter that there's only 5 of them. If 4 people want it and there's 5 of them, it's not going to be an expensive card. If there's 1,000 of them and 3,000 people want it, that's a different ball game. Really boiling it down to basics there, but you get what I'm saying. People really fixate on the, oh, well, this is shorter print, more rare, serial numbered, whatever. It has to be worth more than X because it's more rare. That's supply. You also have to figure in demand. And that's the part that I'm betting on is the cards that actually, I know, wait for it, look good, will have higher demand than the cards that don't. I have stuck my money where my mouth is on this for years now. The poster child of this, which I still own, is, and I'm gonna run through a bunch of different examples to kind of show you guys and girls what I'm talking about. The Green Prism Tatum, one of the best looking cards that I own. Just from a pure lay it out there, my God, that card really pops off the page. I have a Luka Blue Mosaic color match. I have a Darius Garland red. I think I have a Darius Garland red ice. I have some Evan Mobley red stuff. I have a Myles Garrett orange optic refractor. So I truly believe in the color match. They are just good looking cards. Even if the player leaves the team, if Tatum goes to the Warriors, I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, his rookie card is still him in a green jersey with a green background. That still looks good. Let's run through some examples. We'll pull up market movers here, and we're just going to kind of scroll through some stuff. So here's Tatum, and I just kind of picked some of these at random. Here is his blue prism out of 199, PSA 10. Population on that is around 30. That goes for a little over 2K. Some of these sales don't line up perfectly because it's more short print cards, but it's sold within the last month. The green, which is pop 179, that is way more than 30, not numbered to 199, sells for not that much less. 2.6K compared to 1.8K. Is there a difference there? Yes. But if you just took out the color aspect of it and laid out the numbers, you would probably think that gap should be a lot wider. The silver prism, I put this in kind of almost more as like a baseline. There's just under 1,000 of these. That goes for around 900 bucks. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. This hits home closer than the green does. The Ruby Wave PSA 10 pop 134 sells for 800 bucks. It is not that great looking of a card. I'll just be honest. The red and the green, it looks like a Christmas card, and the waves in general just don't look that great. Some of them look good, but these don't particularly. Versus this thing that just pops off the page. And in hand, I could go to a desktop cam if I wanted to, but in hand, the green looks absolutely immaculate compared to that. Here's the fast break PSA 10 pop 184, 450 bucks. Same population as the green. And then I just have the base on here just as kind of a baseline of where that sits compared to the silver. And you could say the same thing about the silver. It is not as rare as the wave or the fast break, but it sells for quite a bit more because there's more demand for it. Why? Because it is a nicer looking card. The blue, cool, it's numbered to 199. Great. It's all right. Why do I want a blue parallel of Jason Tatum? Just because it has a serial number on the back? Right now, sure. But in the future, is that going to matter as much? I don't know. And once again, like I said before, this is my hypothesis. I don't know if this is going to be correct or not. This could all blow up in my face. All I know is the green Tatum looks better than all those other cards. And I think in the long run, that is going to matter when you have death by a billion parallels. Let's look at another one. We're going to stay on Tatum just because this was another pretty good example of this. This is the Mosaic. His green Mosaic PSA 10 goes for 1.25K. It's a pop 26. The purple, and it's unnumbered. The purple is numbered to 99. It's pop 13, and it sells for less. The orange is pop 25, same as the green. For all intents and purposes, these are the same two cards in terms of rarity. Sells for half as much as the green does. And then I have the base down there at $299, just as to kind of show you where we're at. Let's move off Jason Tatum. Let's look at my boy, Darius Garland. Here is obviously the red out of $299, goes for around 300 bucks. What I want to do is actually come down here lower on this list. This is the Ruby Wave PSA 10. We talked about Ruby Wave just a minute ago with Tatum, it not being the greatest looking card. With the Garland, it actually is a pretty nice looking card. The red plays off the red in the jersey, the Cavs jersey, the logo, whole 9 yards. It's not a color match quite like the Tatum green or the Tatum Mosaic green, but it is an aesthetically appeasing card. It looks good. This card is pop 364, sells for 40 bucks. The fast break, which is basically swirly disco balls, almost literally, is pop 31, goes for $41. The purple wave, pop 57, that is way less than pop 364 on the Garland, sells for around 35 or 40 bucks, the same price as the Ruby, even though it is, air quote, way more rare. Let's look at another one. Let's switch sports. Go to football. Joe Burrow. Here is the No Huddle Red PSA 10. This is going for just over 2K. And none of these have sold since he's been out for the season. So even though the prices have shifted from the time that I pulled these charts, the ranking is basically going to be about the same. So that's numbered to 50. The PSA population on that is around 10. The orange, numbered to 249, PSA pop 55, sells for almost the same amount. 2.15K compared to 1.9. That is not that big of a difference when you factor in there's 55 of these in a PSA 10 and 10 of these in a PSA 10. This one's numbered to 50. This one's numbered to 249. Why? Because it looks nice. It is a good looking card. And then on there I have his silver. And then down below here, I have his orange disco. So the disco on this is actually, it's just a disco. But the disco in this year, they made it in orange. So it's actually a color match for him. PSA 10 of that goes for around $500. It's pop 775-ish. The Burrow Red Ice, a much more rare card in a PSA 10, pop 300-ish, sells for about $50 less, even though it is more rare. One last one, let's look at a Justin Herbert. PSA 10 Light Blue Prism. Gorgeous looking card for Herbert. He might suck now, but gorgeous looking card. And this is, once again, these charts were pulled prior to him being hurt. I don't know if he's actually done for the season yet or not, if that's come out, but PSA 10 of this goes for about 1.1K. Pop 90 on this one. Purple Pulsar, PSA 10. No, I'm not making that up. That's a real parallel. Pop 9. Sells for $900. That is almost $200 less than the light blue. And there is 9 times as many light blues compared to purple pulsars. Orange Ice, also sub PSA 10, sub double digit PSA 10 population. Now, one of these is not sold since September, so I should note that, but still, it's not like Herbert's up since September. Sold for $700. So you get the idea here. Now, will this always be this way? I don't know. But I just feel like any sort of color match that you could find for a player, I just think that has a better chance to stand the test of time versus a purple pulsar that in some cases clashes with whatever's going on. And the other trick is it's just not as clear cut. It depends on the card. It depends on the image that they used. So you got to kind of go the extra mile and say, oh, okay, a Tatum green might not look as good as if he's in a white jersey as opposed to a green jersey. It's probably still going to look good because you see the Herbert light blue, but you get what I'm going for here. Plus, not every set has a parallel that is going to match a team's jersey or play off of it, kind of like the Garland Ruby Red. So you got to kind of do a little bit of extra homework, kind of figure this thing out. Not every player might have one of these, depending on, or it'd be impossible. Like a Golden State Warriors card, one of their color matches is going to be gold. Good luck. Number to 10, it's going to cost a fortune. But maybe you could find a blue or a light blue that looks good. Some cards might have 2 color match or, play off of each other depending. Maybe not necessarily a full color match like the green Tatum. To me, the green Tatum is like the pinnacle of the modern color match, at least in my mind. There's the Luka blue. I didn't pull anything on that because they don't sell often enough because they sell for astronomical sums of money. I'm talking about the blue prism, not the blue mosaic. But even the Luka blue mosaic gets a premium over the other blue mosaics, even though it is not quite a short print as some of the other ones, much like the Tatum one. So this is my best guess about what I think if you truly want to ride or die with a player, my gut, data, what I've seen, demand says look for some sort of color match. Even if it's not a premier set, maybe go dig into a second, third, fourth tier set, and maybe you could find something on the cheap that looks good and then tuck it away if you truly like the player. Or if you PC a player, if you just collect a player, these cards are just going to look better, in my opinion. I would rather have a nice color match over a purple Pulsar Pixie Dust numbered to 3 than something that actually looks good in your hand and plays off of the card. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. Curious for your thoughts and comments, as always, down below. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.